Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you are new here, then hi, welcome along. As promised, I have put together a little vlog of how I have decorated my little boy's room. Now, for those that have followed our journey, you will know that we have recently left Australia and we have set up home back here in Scotland. One of the things that we didn't know when we left Australia was exactly what style of house that we were going to try and buy. We were between a really old period property and then of course a new build, and as it's transpired we have ended up in a new build home, which has been great because it's a complete blank canvas, but it can also be quite overwhelming. And one of the things I have done for as long as I can remember is have a Pinterest board, and if you don't have this app then you absolutely need Pinterest in your life. I have so many little boards that I just find inspiration and things I like and I'll just add them into that. And one of the main ones was of course my little boy's room, and I started to add to this before we even left Australia because I knew the tones and the colours and the overall theme that I really wanted. Now, Ren absolutely loves monster trucks and he loves Hot Wheels cars. I am more of a natural kind of beige person, and I just knew that I didn't want that for my kids. They love colour, right? And I definitely wanted their little room to be their haven, their safe space. And of course, being in Australia, I really struggled with the fact that I couldn't really make our house feel like home, and a number of reasons attached to that. But now that we have come home, the first thing on my priority list was to have the kids' rooms done as quickly as possible, obviously, but for it to be a place where they just love spending time. And now for Ren's room, I have of course gone for, I think it's like a sage colour, to be honest. You can see it in the back wall, but I've added so much colour and I'm just so happy with how this has turned out. So of course I have vlogged each journey and each stage of the journey for you to all see, from the minute we walked in here to it being a complete blank canvas to how it is now. And I'm so happy, I am so happy with how this room has turned out. I just love it. So I will do my best to explain to you throughout this vlog where I have purchased items. I do love a bargain. Again, if you follow me for a while then you will know this. I do love a bargain. And I feel like I have managed to get this room exactly as I wanted it without of course breaking the bank. So I'll do my best to link the items below. However, if they are not in stock or they're unavailable, then I'm sure there will be plenty other brands that will do the same style. So let's not waste any more time, let's get into this vlog, and please let me know in the comments below what you think. So starting with my essentials, and first thing I would highly recommend are these disposable tray liners. They are so good when it comes to clearing up because you literally just bin the top of it and then your tray is clean for next time. After many samples I decided to go with Dulux in the colour Fresh Artichoke, and I wanted to paint the bottom half of Ren's walls. So using a measuring tape I went 110 centimetres and then made a dot, and I sectioned this off about 50 centimetres each side, and then I used masking tape to join up the dots and basically make a straight line, or as best as I could. This did take me a couple of tries, but eventually when I was happy with the straight line I moved on to covering up my light switch with masking tape, and I also went around my skirtings as well. Some people will use different tools to do this. I personally just feel safe and happy with the masking tape covered, and then obviously just got on with painting. As you can see, I had some little extra hands helping me, and when we finished up I left the room fully overnight to dry, and then the following morning I had the absolute pleasure of pulling this masking tape off, and I was so surprised and obviously happy with how it had turned out. put his wardrobe back into place, and then we moved on to decorating, and these are the tools I have used throughout. So the first thing I decided to hang up on Ren's wall was this IKEA pegboard. I've had my eye on this for quite a while, and I think they are great for kids' rooms. You obviously get little hooks with them, and you can add little shelves etc. onto them. First thing I will always advise is to actually read the instructions. Now whilst I'm understanding how exactly we attach this to the wall, I will also explain another reason why you should definitely read the instructions. However, like I've explained, I'm using a battery drill to attach this, obviously using the raw plugs and the screws provided. I also used a bead just to make sure that this was nice and straight, because obviously I don't want to be putting loads of holes into our brand new walls. Now, as mentioned before, these are the little shelves that you can get to add on to these pegboards. As you can see, I am struggling to get this particular shelf on, and the reason for that is because when I read the instructions, I missed out the fact that it's meant to be the other way around. So here I am now changing it, checking it with my bead, and then of course the little shelves will now fit onto it as they should. And then I'm finishing off this corner with a little poster that I had made on Etsy. I love the colours in this, and of course the fact that it says Monster Truck. And then adding another shelf. Again, this one is from IKEA. This is actually my personal favourite because you can do so much with it. I have personally chosen to add Ren's little Hot Wheels cars onto it. I have seen people adding little action figures or dinosaurs. I just think it's a great size for him, and of course he can play with it as and when he chooses. And then next I am adding a lot more colour into the walls, this time using these little teardrop wall hangings. As you can see, they have all different colours. I have opted for the one with the mustard, the burnt orange, and then of course the blue as well. I actually picked these up on Temu, and I will link them below. They were a great price and they just look amazing. I'm really happy with the quality of them as well. And then finishing up with these little wire signs I had made whilst we're in Australia, and I love the fact that we have brought these home with us. Ren's bedding I picked up from a company online called La Redoute. I really love the transport, obviously good theme with Ren's room, as well as all the colours matching perfectly. His cushions are from a range of shops, Matalan, Tesco, and I'm sure Temu, again I will link below. Absolutely love these and how they have just completely matched with Ren's room. And then finishing off Ren's bed with this navy waffle throw and adding on this lightweight fleece blanket and obviously mustard. Now you can either just lay this on, or of course you can make it a lot neater, which I have done in this video. I'm so happy with his bed, love all the colours, I think they complement the room so well. Let's go on to the next part. Now this little shelf I picked up in B&M for £6, which is just insane. Now I struggled with where to put this because of course I want it to hold Ren's little reading books, so I want him to be able to have access at any time and to be able to reach them. So I've popped that to the side and I'm adding on his fabric bunting. Again, this was a little buy from Temu. I want to add that first before deciding where I'm going to put the shelf, and as I said before, I've put it in a place that he can reach. Now I had a bit of a struggle putting this one in because there was a joist behind where I initially drilled, so this is a little tip to just check that before. I could have just moved this over a little bit and made life a lot easier, but we did get there in the end and I was very happy. Double check that the shelf feels nice and sturdy, and then added on some of his little books. One of my favourite additions to Ren's room has to be this checkered rug. I picked this up from Wayfair. I initially fell in love with the colour, but when it arrived I was so surprised at the quality. It's a nice thick rug and I just feel like the colours complement the room so well. Now an addition that I know Ren is just going to love is this little sidelight. I picked this up on Temu. I think it was under £5. I wasn't sure what's going to arrive, but just look at it, he is going to be obsessed. Now when it comes to furniture in Ren's room, this is something that I did want to keep very minimal. However, I do believe every child's room has to have an IKEA Trofast storage unit. I have opted for this in the pine, however it does come in white as well. It comes with a small drawer and then underneath a much larger one, which I'm sure will not be long until this is filled. Now my very first purchase for Ren's room was this locker cupboard. I absolutely love this and it's been a great addition to his room. It's very sturdy, it's of course metal, and it has lots of room inside for all of Ren's little clothes. But honestly, one of my favourite things about this is the fact that I can put lots of little magnets on, and of course he can play with them too. Now at the side I have his little growth chart and print that I picked up on Etsy. His wooden wall hanging is from Temu, and this washing basket, which is just amazing, I picked up from Next Home. Put your handle down.
Push.
Push. Push the door. What do you think? Yes or no? So we have now come to the end of this vlog. I hope you have enjoyed watching it as much as I have loved decorating this room. I'm just so happy with how it has turned out, and Ren absolutely loves this room. He's in it all the time and it's so good because I know how happy he is just playing in here. Next on my list is definitely the playroom. I want to get that done for so many reasons, and one of the main ones is for Isla to have a place where she can be creative. She definitely has taken that from me, and I need a little space for her to just go and do whatever she wants, as well as her homework, and also an area for both kids to play together as well. So that is next on my list. That is something I am working on with Pinterest at the minute to try and figure out. I have so many different styles, if I'm honest, at this moment in time, and I need to just narrow it down to one and basically stay on that, which can be hard. Isla's room is almost finished and I would like to kind of take you through that journey as well. I have vlogged the beginning of that and I've showed you it in my previous video, but I of course want to give you an update on it, and once all the things have arrived that we are currently waiting on, then I will do that as well. We have so much to do in this house and I'm genuinely so excited. We do want to take our time with it to make sure that we are doing it properly, but I also do want to vlog it for us, but also for you as well. So please stick around. If you haven't already, then I would love if you would subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video.